The following Let's Play has been rated not safe for young children. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found, Mwahaha! Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last stepped off, we found out that the light in the sky is actually a really bright hole created by a cluster of stars that got too close together. Also, that happened. I'm not sure if that's relevant. Anyway, after we made our return from... I forget where we returned from, for some reason. I came out here and there was a cutscene that immediately took place, and I edited that cutscene out of the last episode because it was actually important for the next mission. Here is that cutscene. Cutscene? Yes. What's happening? What do you mean? I don't know, but whatever was causing the light to shine through the cluster has gone out. All I can see now is a big black hole in the sky. Oh, now they talk about the weather effects! Do you think the chaos had come into Lake Countryside? Duh? We fought 3 of them in the Lake Countryside. I don't know. Maybe we should return to Zenith and check up on the town. That's our hometown. Yes, we wouldn't want it to become like the towns in the Prairie or the Northland. Huh. So there you have it. We gotta head on over to Zenith to stop whatever might be happening there. Might be. Also, we now know that if this game actually could have a light in the sky, it would be behind that thing. Which seems to be revolving, rotating, revolutionizing, one of those things around us. So, let's make our way to Zenith. I gotta say, I did not think we'd ever have to come here again. We haven't been here since episode 2, I guess? Back when I was still doing hour-long episodes. You know, I really don't need a battle right now. I mean, these guys are level 1 monsters, and we're way up at level 7. So, go away. Or, we'll go away. You guys just stay there. Alright, let's head into Zenith. Do you feel that? Hrothgar, there's a chaos here! Are we too late? I hope not. No, but we need to act quickly. The energy being emitted from this chaos is nothing like I've ever felt before. Lester is right. If we don't stop this chaos, then there's no doubt that this town will end up like the others that have been destroyed. Alright then, let's take it out. So yeah, this is definitely important enough that I need to get to it right away. Not that there's an actual time limit. Oh look, it's a giant baby with a little halo around its... Oh, what was that one kid called? In The Little Rascals. Kinda reminds me of that. Chaos Death. The kid with the little hair that goes up. Kid wasn't nearly that large. Also, I actually did do all the calculation in order to figure out how much magic I was taking away from that dragon. And yeah, magic sword is definitely not worth it for bosses. So let's just start off with Tainted Blade. Against Chaos Death, I actually found out how much HP this thing has while looking up how much MP the dragon was using, and it's a significant amount. At this rate, it wouldn't surprise me if the final boss had 10,000 HP. Because typically bosses have a lot more HP than any other boss. Except for the final boss. I am using Arrow Rain because it has a chance of ow. I would rather not ow, but it's gonna be ow if I don't do something fast. Well, fine. We'll increase our magic attack. Tainted Blade. Oh yeah, that poisons. So Hrothgar is on poison duty if that thing can be poisoned. And Ariel, I've got her equipped with a new sword. She doesn't have the blood sword anymore. Also, after that cutscene, I went back to the Northland to get some items because I have had a feeling that I would need them. What the heck? That is a weird monster. It's probably too early to use War Song because Hrothgar's gonna keep using Tainted Blade for a little bit. And that's not affected by War Song. I wish skill attacks didn't miss. I mean, it's kind of annoying that you could use a spell that costs your own HP, except it doesn't do anything. You might as well have just sat there and take damage. Okay, seriously? Knock it off. Why am I using Neutron Blade? Oh, because it's the most powerful one. Right. Only by 10 points. By the way, Arrow Rain is what I'm using because, well, first off, you gotta admit, that looks pretty neat. I mean, if this area was brighter, like... That is so weird. If this area was brighter like it in the daytime, having those spheres rain down probably wouldn't look interesting, but the glow effect that it causes kind of is neat. I really don't know if Guardian Force is going to help. Oh, disarm. You're going to raise your physical attack? Too bad. Looking at that, I say it canceled the physical attack. Alright. Poison. If not, I'm not doing that anymore. Nope, I'm not doing that anymore. It's not worth the cost. Since I am full up on items, I'm definitely going to be using as many spells as I can here. I'm not taking chances for this guy. At least I think it's a guy. What the heck? I mean, never mind that that was powerful, but what happened to his head? What is this thing? Alright. Let's see, what else is there? Start praying for yourself. What was that attack? That was weird. Alright, Hrothgar. Go ahead and do this. Nope. Time to recover some MP. That's why I bought plenty of dragon cuts. $100 MP for everybody. And we can continue wailing on that thing with some powerful spells. I wonder if it can be affected by stop. Oh, you know, I keep failing to actually mention that. So, Arrow Rain, it has a chance of casting stop. I probably wouldn't have created a skill that could stop enemies. Because enemies in the game, in RPG Maker 3... Well, it's a good thing it's Lester's turn. Enemies in RPG Maker 3 can only have 2 special abilities, whether it's immunity from critical hits, immunity to poison, or what have you. So, if this thing is, say, immune to critical hits and immune to poison, that means it could still be stopped. Which is bad. I guess I'm going to want to use Amplify again. In which case, let's just go ahead and poison this. Or try poisoning it again, since it's going to be more powerful than his attack. For the moment, anyway. I don't know what the odds are of stopping something. So that's what its regular attack is. Took quite a while for it to use its regular attack. What was I going to use? Amplify War Song. I can't remember how much War Song increases. It might just be 10 points. Or was it 20? It was either 10 or 20. Either way, that makes Rothgar's attack decent when it doesn't miss. RPG Maker 3, everybody. It's a missing game. At this point, I think it's safe to say that that thing is immune to stop. And that is why I bought plenty of magic pumpkins. Or magic jack-o'-lantern, as the case may be. Alright, what is next? We want to... I don't know. Alright, now I know. I noticed that Ariel's MP is too low again. So, more Dragon Cuts it is. Gotta let her keep casting those spells. I wonder, should I continue trying to poison that thing? It's gotta be immune to something. I mean, between critical hits, poison, and stop, one of them has gotta work. No, I think it's time to use Amplify. Maybe. Let's use this just once more. Miss. It's not worth it. I don't know if this has worn out, but I'm using it anyway. I wonder if that resets it. Or if it's doesn't work simply because it's already in effect and then it wears out the next turn. Alright, critical hit. No, miss. Why is it so hard to hit things in RPG Maker 3? That's not helpful. Obviously. Also, that thing is no longer glowing, so... whatever it was that I did to it earlier is no longer done to it. You know, at this point it wouldn't even be worth poisoning it. It probably only would be able to take effect once or twice. Alright, disarm that baby. You know what? Alright, Akila's turn is coming up. So, let's go ahead and eat a cake. That looks like a cake that Peach would bake. Like, didn't the cake at the end of Super Mario 64 look kind of like that? And that is why I lowered its physical attack. Doesn't help a whole lot. Oh goodness, that thing can poison. I have antidotes. Guess I might as well use one. Antibiotic. What does it look like when I use this in battle? Can't tell, the name is in the way. It looks like some sort of weed though. Alright, time to start praying for Rothgar again. And I think Ariel can get him one more neutron blade with the MP she has. Yep. Almost dead. So yeah, poison would definitely be pointless to use. Would have been nice had we been able to stop this thing. Then again, this battle wouldn't have been as enjoyable. Had I been less prepared, this would have been way more difficult. Alright, oh, of course. One or more... two attacks. 2 attacks and this thing's dead. Maybe. Successful. 2 successful attacks and it'll be dead. And there we go. That battle wasn't terribly difficult, partly because I was well prepared with items, and also it did not have any attacks that hit everybody, or damaged everybody, rather. And if it did, it didn't use them, because there are plenty of bosses in this game where it turns out I didn't get to see all their attacks. And would you look at that, I got another ring. And I got my cake back. I'm not sure I want a cake from that thing. Well, now what do we do? It appears that the Chaos have finally made their way over here to the lake. Indeed. We need to shift our focus back onto the matter at hand here. We've learned all we can about Oberkotter. Now we need to do something about the Chaos. What do you propose we do? Marriage! In fact, it'll be a marriage between Ariel and Lester, as they seem to have a couple scenes about each that involve simply those two together. And I think there was one scene in particular where there was almost... It was one of those dopey scenes where somebody was afraid to say anything about their love. Or I could be making stuff up. We should find out the state of affairs here in the lake. The person who would know that better than anyone would be the king in Santarte. We're going to ask the king for help? He aided Lester and me a while ago. If anyone has insight into what's going on and where, it would be the king. Alright, let's get going. Well, that didn't change the sky. I don't think. Oh, there it is. It's hidden behind the tree. I was going to say, is the dark in the sky gone? I don't know if this is actually called the dark in the sky. I just decided to call it that. So does anybody talk about... Oh, well, we got new dialogue. So let's look at some new dialogue before we end this episode. The night isn't so unsettling anymore. I know the sun is going to rise in the morning. You know, a year ago, you never have guessed that the sun rising in the morning would be an uncertainty in the times to come. The night is very peaceful. Long ago, I used to watch the moon chase the sun into the horizon, but now all I do at night is pray that the sun will rise again. You know, this seems to be the one weather effect that people still remember. The one weather effect that actually did have an effect on everybody. I haven't heard anything that would be useful to you. I'm sorry, but I can't help. And it makes sense, because the night was here for 3 whole months. Like I said, had the night been here for a while whenever we started playing, it probably would have affected us too. Have you begun to see the value of different kinds of weaponry? Don't forget that accessories can drastically affect battle performance. Make sure you consider all your options. That reminds me, I never considered this option that I just got in my inventory. The Ring of Juno. A ring that increases the wearer's luck, strength, physical defense, and magical defense. At this point, it wouldn't surprise me if the ultimate ring that we find increases every stat by 10. That would be pretty nice. Of course, Hrothgar and Ariel are going to continue to wear the silver rings throughout the entire adventure because attacking as frequently as they do is very much helpful. Hey, can we visit the mayor? Oh wait, that's not the mayor's house. I thought this was the mayor's house. Oh, my mistake. The mayor's house is over here. Can we go in the mayor's house now? Nope. The mayor is apparently very paranoid. I know I should try to do something to fight against the chaos, but I know that I'll be killed. Is it a sin to be afraid? Yes. Yes, it is. You are a bad person. Moving on. Actually, that's pretty much it. Next time, we are heading back to Sant Arte to talk to the king. Or are we doing sub-quests? Thinking on it, now we're not dealing with such an urgent mission. You know what? Where would we have to go here? We're going to the king because we want to find out if there's anything else going on in the country now that the chaos are here. If there is something going on, then the only place I could see us going is the Eonith, where the training center is. Then again, there might be some monsters sitting inside Sant Arte right now. So, who knows? You know, I'm actually kind of hesitant to start on these quests, because for all I know, I'm going to be finding some really powerful stuff that will make the rest of the boss battles fairly easy. So it's like, do I want to go after them now? Or do I want to wait until I'm already getting ready to go to the final dungeon? I don't know. I think this will be the only episode for this week, since we don't really have anything else important to do for this session. I mean, going back to Sant Arte is kind of unrelated. Or is it? Hey, you see the text that is on screen right now? In 3, 2, 1? That should tell you what's going on.